Okay, now let's continue our report. First, we have herd management. Herd management means managing a cattle herd involves caring for the cattle, working with available forages, supervising family and non-family labor, marketing calves and cull animals, and dealing with countless other aspects that requires up-to-date information and time-tested strategies. Next up, we have herd division. Herd division means dividing different types of animals into their categorized herds for better herd management. It also ensures the appropriate nutrition of various age groups of herd. It also prevents premature breeding, which seriously affects the growth of young bulls and heifers. And it also prevents high rate of abortion resulting from birthing and fighting. So, as for herd division, animals may be divided into different herds, which are pregnant herd, breeding herd, heifer herd, steer feeder or fattening herd, and bull herd. So first up we have pregnant herd. As the name implies, it's composed of pregnant females. Cows are grouped with breeding herd during breeding season. Next we have breeding herd. It consists of dry cows and heifer ready for breeding. After breeding season, pregnant animals are transferred to the pregnant herd. Next we have heifer herd. It composed of heifers not yet ready for breeding. Heifer calves are included in this herd after weaning. Steers, feeders or fattening herd. This herd consists of growing cattle and those fattened for the market. Last we have bull herd. This, this herd consists of mature males kept mainly for servicing the breeder cows. This is a sample layout of buildings for a 20 buffaloes based dairy unit. This is prepared by Dr. M.L. Kamboj. Next, this layout is for 50 dairy animals, 25 cows and 25 buffaloes unit. Next, this layout of buildings for 200 cows based dairy farm. This is also prepared by Dr. M.L. Kamboj. Next, we have facilities. First one is fences. Fences ensure proper distribution of livestock. Fences can significantly increase livestock grazing efficiency by avoiding overgrazing. And it also ensures livestock protection and confinement. It enables the area to become well organized and secure. This is an example of fencing. Next we have working corral. The primary reason for constructing a corral and working facilities are to observe cattle closely, perform routine health functions, and improve labor efficiency. A good working facility is merely an extension of a well-planned corral which matches the site and existing structures. These layouts are examples of working corral. Next we have race. It is a narrow corridor built for cattle that separates them from the rest of the herd and allows handlers and veterinarians to provide medical care or restrain the animal for other procedures. The vital parts of race are squeeze cattle restraining chute, dipping vat, weighing scale, and loading chute. Here in the left picture it is cattle restraining chute, and the middle picture is the dipping vat, and the right one is the weighing scale, which are the vital parts of race. Next, feeding and watering facilities. First we have feeding trough. It is placed along the sides of a feeding corral to fill them with feed without entering the area. It is made up of wood or concrete. Next it is watering facilities. It is made up of concrete, round or rectangular, or round galvanized metal tanks. In the left picture you can see it is feeding trough and right it is watering facilities. Now the next topic is nutrition. Before we go through the main topic, let's go through the terminologies so we can understand better. First we have forage. It is a herbaceous plants or parts that can be consumed by ruminants. Also refers to pasture, silage and hay. Next, roughage. It is feed with at least 18% CP and low TDN. Here CP means crude protein and TDN means total digestible nutrients. The examples of roughage are corn silage, clover, soybean. Next, silage. It is fermented grass, plant materials. Next, hay. Cut and dried forage. Next, dry matter. It is the solid non-water components of forages and other feedstuff which contains essential nutrients required by livestock. Concentrate. Feed with 48% crude protein and high total digestible nutrients, usually high in protein carbohydrates, which are supplement to the feed to improve the growth, digestion and performance of the animal. Next we have feeding system. Feeding system consists of all concentrate, roughage concentrate, molasses, urea, mineral feeding. First we have all roughage. It is the pasture grasses with or without legume. Next, roughage concentrate. It means roughage added to increase energy source. It is vital during summer seasons. For example, rice bran. Molasses urea. This feed consists of 10 to 15% dry matter. It increases palatability. It also reduces dustiness. It has energy source. It increases the microbial actions in the rumen, and it also source of unidentified nutrient factors. Next we have mineral feeding. Feeding the proper amount of each mineral and vitamin is essential for the health, growth and optimal milk production of dairy cattle. Feeding less than the optimal amount of any mineral or vitamin can result in any increased incidence of disease and reproductive problems, lower milk production and decreased growth rates in heifers. To prevent these costly problems, the proper amounts of minerals and vitamins must be supplied and actually consumed by all dairy cattle, including the milking cows, dry cows, and heifers. So, to ensure the proper mineral feeding, if cattle are fed with roughage concentrate, add salt at 0.5 to 1% dry matter, and also mineral supplementation to ensure right amount of microminerals, and also calcium and phosphorus supplementation. So if cattle are grazing pasture or fed cut and carry, they consume minerals freely. Cafeteria style feeding for minerals. Forages are likely to have lower phosphorus than calcium. Now for other nutritional supplements of feeds, let's look at these examples briefly. First, let's look at protein supplements. Protein supplements are nitrogenous feeds. These feedstuffs contains more than 20% of protein or protein equivalent nutrients, which are primarily for muscle growth, egg production, wool and hair growth, lactation and gestation, which requires high level of protein. We can get these protein supplements from plant proteins, animal proteins, non-protein nitrogen, and also single cell protein. Next we have feed additives. A feed additive is an additive of extra nutrient or drug for livestock. Such additives include vitamins, amino acids, fatty acids, minerals, pharmaceutical, fungal products and steroidal compounds. Different feed additives have different purposes. So now let's look at additives which protect feed from destruction. Example: antioxidants, antifungals or mold inhibitors. Additives which aid feed injection, which has minimal use for ruminants. Examples are pellet binders, flavoring agents. Next, additives that aid feed digestion. Examples are enzymes, acidifiers, probiotics, anti-bloating agents, and grits. Next, we have additives used to alter metabolism. Examples are hormones, thyroactive compounds. Next, additives used to produce more desirable consumer products. Examples: carotenoids such as xanthophylls. And additives used for health. Example: drugs. For next supplement, we have acid oil. Acid oil is a good energy source but has higher free fatty acid due to acid treatment, which ranges to 40 to 60%. Most acceptable range is 2% free fatty acid up to 5% for crude oil. For the next supplement, we have barley byproducts, which is brewer's grain. Brewer's grain is the material that is remaining after grains have been fermented during the beer making process. These materials can be fed in the undried form, which is wet brewed grains, or dried brewed grains, and fed. Next, we have spent hops. It is a fibrous product comparable to poor hay in nutrient value but less palatable due to its bitter flavor. It is mostly used as fertilizer. For the last supplement, we have dried brewer's yeast. It is a protein rich concentrate, which is 420 grams crude protein per kg. It is highly digestible and may be used for all classes of animals. It is favorable to feed to pigs and poultry. It is a source of vitamin B and also rich in phosphorus but low in calcium. And thank you for listening. This is the end of my report. Hope everybody understood. Thank you.